Save those L's, I couldn't sleep right now. I get paid, vacay, I'm staying B-side. Breaking the blues over steak, I gotta eat right. You could be my peace sign. I don't need bad energy around me. I just need sun, you're so cloudy. I wake up good, you're so grouchy. Please get from around me. When the truth don't work, you start telling lies. Thought you were down to ride, you weren't down to ride. Caught switching, you were picking sides. Don't blink, caught slipping like a slip and slide. I was shooting dice till I got a nosebleed. Money on the floor, can't get cold feet. Took an L, should've put it in the offering. Lord, forgive me for my sins, don't know of me. Scary thoughts, I got scary thoughts. Lost control, now I'm taking charge. Breaking bills, friends breaking off. You could be the youngest, I'm the dawn. Kiss the ring, nah. In the scene like GOT. Stay away.
What is going on? What is going on? Welcome to the midday, right? Welcome to the Tuesday Takeover, gang. I am your host, J&J Video Reacts, aka Dawn. Wow. So this one was wild. You know, we had a little bit of drama on Single Life. This I think this was the season finale of it. If I'm not mistaken. Just the way that everything ended, it seemed like it was the season finale because it seemed like a lot of the ending of the stories. Debbie finally goes away with Tony. Natalie does what we thought she was going to do at the beginning of the season and goes back to Michael. Um, Now, so the jury is out, and Tiffany ends up going back across over to South America. I did not see that coming. I thought she was going to end up with the Fabian guy. So, what is going on with Natalie and Michael? Is the subject of the main subject of tonight's stream because there are a lot of questions left up in the air about these two. You know, I didn't think that Natalie was going to go back to Michael. I really didn't. I thought she was just gonna. I thought she was gonna find somebody new. I honestly, the way that she went through all of that crap with Michael and his mother before, I was happy for her when she picked up and left out of there. Because number one, his mom tried to sabotage the wedding and tried to get the neighbor to be the witness who was going to object to them getting married at the wedding. That was shady. She accused Natalie of playing games when she's the one that's playing games. She constantly hates on Natalie, and Michael lets her and turns the cheek or turns the other way and acts like he doesn't see how she's talking to Natalie and how she's treating her. And the way that she says things to him about Natalie, he knows she doesn't like him, and she never did. She never liked Natalie. So she never had a fighting chance between him and his mom. It would be different if if he stuck up for her to his mom. Maybe if he stopped and thought about that and took his head out of his off his mom's tit, okay, maybe he would have realized that one of the reasons Natalie left to begin with was because she couldn't break free of Trish. Remember, Trish called her a hooker or a whore, acted like she didn't. You know, she called that girl a name. Natalie didn't just make the shit up. And I think that Trish basically hated on Natalie constantly. What about the time they took her to a butcher shop? The girl's a vegan. Why would you take her to a butcher shop? That was her way of being passively aggressive towards her. Oh no, I didn't. You know. And I don't like Trish. I can't stand Trish because Trish is just she's so hell bent on Colt. I started to say Colt. That was a Freudian slip. She's so hell bent on Michael staying stuck up under her, and he is the same way. He's like, "This is my mom." And no, she's not saying bad things about you. Yes, she is, Mike. Get off the tip, dude. She talks to Natalie like trash, and you allow her to do it. No wonder Natalie got the fuck out of there. Excuse my French, because she was being tag team. She was being double teamed by them. Mike was coming down on her, and then the mother was turning. Trish was coming on and turning down on her. And then she showed up at the house, and she just proceeded to help Michael basically beat the girl down, verbally. So she comes home and says the unthinkable. I did not think she was going to go there. She said, I want to come home. I don't want you to say anything now. You know, they're having a conversation. You know what? I don't have anything. Damn. I'll be right back. Yeah. Yeah. Shout out to Buddha 1000. I see you in the chat. Thank you for telling everybody to smash the like button. I appreciate that, Buddha. So Michael and let's see, where are we at? Michael and Natalie. So she's having a conversation with Michael, and she's being sincere here. One thing that I like about this is the fact that she didn't come off nasty, because remember when Natalie was there before, she was very stern. She had all these expectations. She was kind of borderline nasty. She was kind of bitchy. I didn't like her as much. But when she left, she got humbled because she realized the grass wasn't greener on the other side, is what happened. She left Michael and she had a chance to go out, date a few different guys, see more of America, lose the weight she wanted to lose, kind of get into her headspace that she wanted to get into. And now she starts dating and she realizes, you know what? What I'm looking for, I had already. I had the security, I had a home, I had somebody willing to be with me and only me and have children. She wasn't going to get that from Josh. She wasn't going to get that from any of the guys that she dated. They were only after her for a quick one night stand, and that was it. And she was trying to turn them into husbands, and it was not happening. Michael was and is her husband. And for all intents and purposes, she still loves him, and he still loves her. But it's a situation where, and I don't want to cast Debbie in a bad light, but it's a situation like what was going on with Colt and Debbie. Debbie was coming in between Colt and Vanessa, and Colton needed to break free. I don't like the way that he broke free because I thought it was very nasty and disrespectful, considering that was his mother and she's 70. You don't know how long she's got on this earth, and she's a drinker too. You don't know how long she's going to be here. Why are you talking to her like that? She hasn't been nothing but there for you, but she's been there, and there's a side of Debbie that we don't see on camera. When they told the stories at the tell all of how Debbie would, anytime Colt and Vanessa were either having sex or they were trying to be intimate or they were just in the room talking or whatever, Debbie would constantly interject. Cole, I need you, Cole, Cole. So it's like, okay, we didn't see all of that side. They're behind closed doors with all of that. And because I thought her and Vanessa were getting along. But when all of that came out, okay, I get that from Michael and his mom. I get the same Colt and Debbie vibe from Michael and his mom. She's very protective of him. And I don't think that any woman that he dates or is with, she's going to approve of. Anybody. So, he's in there and he's talking to the confessional saying, Natalie's talking a good game, but is she here for herself or is she actually here to make this work? Row, row. Thank you for coming to both streams, Ro. Ro was here this afternoon on the midday motivated with Jen. Thank you, baby girl. Hopefully you're feeling better. Buddha said, "Hey, vegan knowledge." JJ Rose thoughts. We missed you, Buddha. We missed you, Ro. Yes, Michael's mother was very nasty. Yes. Come on, Mike. Grow up. Right. Fight your own battles. Did you see the way that she came down on Natalie in the kitchen? And she and Natalie are talking, and here Natalie even looks scared of her. She turned around like, oh shit, here she is. Hey, how you doing? Hey girl, hey. Natalie turned around with the hey girl, hey look on the face, and mom's like, bitch, what are you doing here? Don't hey girl, hey me. I don't like you. Is with that the hand on the hip standing there. Oh, you want to come home? Huh? And then Natalie, out of the kindness of her heart, and we know she's trying to butter her up, but she's making the gesture. She's doing what it is she needs to do. She's not getting shitty. She's not saying, I remember you calling me a hooker, but that's all good. She's not bringing any of that up. Natalie has kind of come around a little bit. She's been humble. She's been out there. She thought her shit didn't stink, and she's back home now with her tail between her legs. She's beautiful too. She got her look together way more cooler than when she left. You know what I mean? She looked like Misery, Kathy Bates from Misery when she left there, and now she's coming back looking like a supermodel. So I'm sure that's kind of hard for Michael to say no to too. But she's giving mom flowers, okay, and then they hug it out, and then mom proceeds to get in that ass. Wrong pick. I don't know. Did I get the pic? No. I have a couple of pictures of her yelling at Natalie, but I don't know if I had time enough to put them on here. I don't. Well, there's one. Yeah, that's where she was just kind of running off. God damn, she looks terrible. I don't mean no harm. I mean, she looks like she just sits there and just drinks constantly. You know what I mean? Look at her eyes. She is beat down. I don't remember her looking that bad when the other season was here and Natalie was living with Mike. And they remember when they went to visit her, she didn't look like that. Her face was thinned out. She looks like holy hell. Like really. Like she's either smoking or drinking something like really. And Mike looks just like her. He looks just like her, dude. She looks like Michael without a beard. I'm being mean. But I mean, you know what I'm saying? And here she is laying in the net. Well, do you want a divorce or not? You should know. If you're going to come on back here and be a wife. If not, then go ahead and get a damn divorce. You got some nerve coming back here. Look at you. You're out there dating. He's not doing any of that. What are you doing? It's like, okay, hello. She's throwing herself on the mercy of the court and she's saying she's sorry. She's acknowledging she's wrong. She's already talked to Michael about it. And what you need to do right now, and I get it. I get it. She's being Mama Bear. She's protecting her cub. Okay. And she didn't like that Natalie hurt him. But Natalie and Michael already had this conversation, and let's face it, it's between Natalie and Michael, not Natalie, Michael, and Trish. But she gets the ball in and starts crying, and Michael went on ahead and pet her up because he felt bad because mom straight up laid into her. Those flowers didn't mean shit. Okay, she didn't want flowers from Natalie. She wants Natalie to leave. But Natalie, I got to admit, she sucked it up like a champ. She took it on the chin. She really did. She took it on the chin. She sat there and she took that verbal lashing from Trish and did not answer back, but with a heartfelt, I'm sorry. I know. I know. I want to come back. Hey, I want to come back. And I was wrong. I'm sorry. Michael has proven to me that he is in my corner and I'm with that. So at the end of the day, I want to come back. And she sat there. I gotta give her kudos for that. Sat there and took that beating. And then Michael felt bad for her. He said, "All right, come on." He said he told his mom, "Let's take it down a notch. You got your point out." And Natalie started crying. He was telling the camera that it was gut wrenching. I'm gonna tell you something. He's right. I can't listen to her. I can't listen to her cry because she makes me want to cry when I listen to her go through that. Like, remember when he wouldn't marry her and the chick she was sitting in the truck with the chick and she was ready to take off with the next door neighbor and she was boo hooing. He said the same thing then, that he couldn't stand hearing her cry like that. She's got one of those cries that tugs at your heartstrings, man. But yeah, so you can see it. You can see it. He's here. He's holding her. He's petting her up, and he lets her know, "Listen, I know that was rough, but it's all good. I got you. I got you. I get you. You're sorry. We get it." Because Trish was like a pit bull with sinking her teeth in her neck. It's like, Trish, she's not fighting back. Jesus, calm down. Shout out to Jen. Yikes. Gee, I think I know what she's talking about. With the knife, right? Yeah, that's nah. That's not that's not a pretty picture. I'm sorry. And that's a very superficial, shallow thing for me to say. I can acknowledge when I'm being an asshole. But man, she rough. She's rough. I did a TikTok on Angela with the leather face and and Crypt Keeper mix. She looking rough. She may look worse than Angela. I mean, really, if you compare the two, oh my God, yeah, this woman is rough, girl. Go get some sleep, Jesus. She just looks like she's ready to just fall out. Anyway, I'm tired of looking at her. So Michael pets her up, and that's probably what other picture is. I duplicated some stuff in here. Hmm. Well, in any event, you get the picture. Michael's sitting here, right here, is where he's talking to the producer. My thing is this: I'm not sure whether he is gonna keep her around or he's gonna get rid of her. Because the producer says in this scene, are you considering taking Natalie back? And he's like, he does one of these numbers where he's like, but then what's with this? And he didn't say, I don't know, but he gave a I don't know kind of, but then he's continued with the shaking of the head as if to say, no, I'm not. I'm not going to take her back. I want to. I want to believe that she's not going to leave me again, but I'm not willing. I don't know that I'm willing to take that chance. I really don't think I'm going to. That's what I was getting. And honestly, remember the saying, If you love something, set it free. If it comes back to you, it's yours. If it doesn't, it never was. Mike, wake up. She's been out there now. She's had some fun and she realizes the grass is not greener. She went out, she had fun, and she realized that you were what she wanted all along. She's come back to you. That means she's yours, bud. Don't throw that away. If you still love her, and what are the odds that he's listening to this? But you never know who knew Karen Everett was listening, okay? So don't throw that away, man. Don't throw that. If she came back to you, believe in that old wives' tale. If she came back to you, she's yours. She's yours. She realizes the error of her ways, and she is ready to come back and be that wife that you want. Don't be stubborn. Stop listening to your fucking mother, okay? Because she's miserable and she wants you to be miserable. Okay? That's what that is. That is exactly what, look, that's what that is. She wants him to be miserable like her. He's not your husband, he's your son. Okay? Go do what Debbie did. I'm so proud of that. I got to give Debbie a bell. I got to give Debbie a bell. Okay? Because Debbie did the damn thing. Didn't I have it? Didn't we see the picture? Oh, Debbie. Okay, so here's the picture here where Tony is helping her get together, right? This loaded all the wrong pictures. Wait a minute. Okay, well, I had a picture of I had a picture of Debbie and Tony hugging. What the hell? This loaded all the wrong stuff. Like it did it by itself, right? I had to actually click on it to get it in here. Okay, well, Debbie and Debbie and Tony. The hell with the pictures. Debbie and Tony were so cool the way that they hugged that out. I'm so proud of Debbie. At 70 years old, it's never too late. Wait a minute, I got somebody in here. Is that JJ? Is that my baby? Honey, is that you?
It is me.
Hey, why is your screen black?
Hey.
Hey.
It looks like it's still loading
Oh, there it is. There it is.
and you're frozen.
Am I frozen?
Do you see me now?
I do see you, but I hear you, so you might want to turn that down, like it's an
Okay.
echo. But I'm so proud of Debbie, Jen, is what I was saying. She's 70 years old, and then she gave a little motivational speech at the speech at the end, saying that it's never too late. Go for what you want in life. You know, it's never too late. It's never too late to find love. I found you at 40, okay? And it's like you're my person. So it's like, look how long it took me to do that. You know, I had been in relationships, I have been married 40, 40 freaking years it took me to find my person. So yeah, if you don't find them in your 20s, hey, sometimes it don't happen like that. She's 70 years old and I believe he is her person, probably even more so than her husband was. I love those two together and I love that she is taking a chance. She found her man. Colt can go have his life with Vanessa now, you know? So I'm so proud of her for taking that shot. Trish needs to do the same damn thing. She needs a man or a woman or whatever she wants. She needs something or someone. Or she needs to get into Trish. Okay? She needs to go find herself and leave her son and let him have his life to himself. Like, he's a big boy now. You probably went to stay there for a while, help him get through the fact that Natalie, okay, he's good. She's been gone for 2 years. How long are you going to stay? Go get your own life. Let him get his life. That's probably why he hasn't dated anybody new. Because Trish is there, cock blocking, as usual. Do you have any thoughts on it? Are you there? Is there a delay? What's happening? Anyway, I'm gonna put the link up, guys. So if anybody wants to come in here and talk about this stuff with me, you are more than welcome. I'm so proud of Debbie though. Debbie is doing the damn thing, and it's about time because I remember yelling this when Colt was trying to get with Vanessa, even though I didn't like the way that he was yelling at her. He was right. He's a grown man. You need to cut the apron strings, and that's what Colt attempted to do. He did it in a shitty way, but he at least started the process and got some separation. And that needed to happen because Debbie wasn't going to do it. Debbie wasn't going to do it. All right. So it took Tony coming into her life for her to realize, hey, I am my own person. I have my own life. I got to go let my son live his life. And now that she's got her man in her life, she did what she had to do. And Colt is like, oh, okay, that's awfully fast. Well, look who's talking. Larissa, need I remind you? Jesse, need I remind you? Okay. You took off and went to Brazil to go find somebody. And now that she, hey, who we got? Hello?
Dawn, it's me, Jen.
Hey, honey, how are you?
Good. You
What are
let my
your
screen
thoughts?
name?
Huh?
I said you let my screen name?
I do. I do. So, what are you thinking about Colt and Debbie and all of this good stuff, and Michael and his mom, Trish? Trish.
I just think, honestly, a lot of it to me, it just seems like it's for show because, it's TLC. They're probably like putting on an act to,
Drama.
yeah, drama basically. But then again, like some of it does seem real. Um, so it's kind of hard to tell, honestly. It's a mix for me.
What's storyline and what's real, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too. And I'll tell you another thing between all of us. Michael, I remember somebody saying something to Natalie a couple months ago about being on Instagram. And she was on Instagram and she was interacting with one of her fans. And they were like, well, how, how can he be with somebody like you that's so crazy? We're talking about like Josh. She's so crazy. And Natalie admitted, well, I have to be because if I wasn't, you wouldn't watch. I would be too boring. I've got to be over the top. That's what sells. That's what they want me to do. So
That's
that let me
crazy.
know, that crying that's so gut wrenching. She's an actress. She knows how to play that. But you know what? At the end of the day, it's entertainment. So if we're entertained, it's doing its job.
She's the one that looks creepy, isn't she?
She looks like Chucky. Did you see that
Yeah.
TikTok I did? Oh my God, girl. I'm like Dolly Parton and Chucky got together and it was Natalie.
Yes.
It makes sense.
Yes.
He was crazy, she's crazy.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
that's
was
a great mix. That is like the perfect mix right there.
her eyes are over the top. They're beyond electric. They're creepy electric. It's
I
not
mean, they're
even
like
like
they're
they're
pretty, but like when she puts that eyeliner on and stuff, like it makes it like it bolds it, and it's like that's when it gets creepy.
yeah. And she throws a look out at you to even make it more creepy. But she knows what she's doing. That's what she's doing. She's trying to throw that look like I will kill you in your sleep. You know what I mean? So
Ugh.
she's trying to
I
throw
just
that
saw a
look at you.
photo of her smiling. That's creepy.
She's so weird, but she is an attractive woman. She's an attractive woman when she's coming off of all that craziness. When she's just being her, when she's, being humble and just kind of chilling right there, she's actually, quite attractive. But when she's over the top, yeah, she's scary. She's bizarre. She is really scary. But I don't know. I think I really want Michael to take her back. I want Trish to get out of their lives, and I want Michael to take her back, and I want them to be happy because I think they could be.
She was with another guy before, right?
Yeah, she was with Josh just like a couple weeks back. The guy that she met at the golf course,
Mhm.
and
Okay.
yeah, he like handles models or something like that. So that I think that's how he met her through his modeling agency or something. But
That's never
mm,
good to date your boss.
nope, definitely not. Oh man, who do we got down in the chat down there? We got Buddha 1000 laughing. Oh man. And
But
what did
as
you
far
think?
as Michael's mom needs to go scoot herself out of that because she's not in the relationship with him. You know, he may be a mama's boy, but she needs to scoot herself out.
Hmm. Big time. She didn't have anything to do, so she's jumped up in his life. She used to live like an hour away from them. Why is she? Well, she I know why because he was probably upset, and she came to live with him to kind of help him get through Natalie. You know what I mean? Hey, I hear you back there.
That's Sawyer and Brayden.
You know, Tiffany and Ronald, same thing. Tiffany and Ronald, I don't think they need to be hooking back up. And here's the deal. I don't know what happened between them that ultimately broke them up, but apparently she is not with him. They tried to lead us to believe that she's going to end up back with him. She's not with him because Instagram. None of these TLC people believe in non-disclosure agreements. She apparently is back with the guy that was riding the horse, the Dan guy that she was dating throughout the season. So whatever her and Ronald talked about and tried to work out, apparently it didn't work. So they did
Hold on.
not end up together.
Let me put the brakes on there. Ronald
What?
is the one from like New Zealand or something, right?
South Africa.
South
Yep.
South Africa. Okay, I was close.
You are. Yeah, he's from South Africa, and he's got they've got the daughter together, and I love her
Okay,
son.
yes, I remember.
I love her son. Her son is like, I'm not going back over there. You can go play with Ron. He calls him Ronald. They don't even call him Daddy. He's not bought in anymore. He's a
That's
cute kid.
crazy.
He looks just like his mother.
Have you seen his new girlfriend,
Who?
Ronald's?
No. Why is she on Instagram?
Well, I was looking at a photo. She almost looks like Tiffany.
She does. Wait a minute. Wait a
Mhm.
minute. Wait a minute. I did see that. But that was a while ago, right? Or is it like recently?
I think it's recent, unless I'm wrong. I mean,
Yeah,
I
there
could be
was there
wrong.
was some pictures of him that was somebody that looked exactly like her.
I
But this
could be
was a while
wrong.
back though. But I don't know. And she's dating the guy that she dated on Single Life, the horse guy. So they didn't work out, but that's good. I mean, why keep running back if it's toxic and you've been? It's just like Ed and Liz. Why keep dipping in the same well if it's not working? It's like insanity. What's the definition? Over and over again, expecting a different result? No, it's not going to be a different result.
I'm trying to find the guy that other guy she's looking or talking to. You said it was through Single Life.
Yeah, yeah, that's what they were on. Yeah, Ronald and Tiffany, they were on the Single Life, right? No, was that Happily Ever? No, that was Single Life because it was about Tiffany dating all these other people. So yeah, that was Single Life. And I think they finished the
Oh,
story with Tanya last week because she admitted they had like two season finales because they would show like half the couples one week and half the other week. And last week they finished off with Tanya deciding that she was still in the Sinjin. That's why she hadn't got divorced. Um, who else was on there? I can't remember who was on there. Somebody help me out in the chat. Who else was on Single Life? So it was Tanya. Tanya's not over Sinjin. Because I remember everybody's going back to the exes, and Natalie was one of them.
So is the single life connected to 90 Day? Like, is that like when they all become single and that's just like their show now?
Okay, so here's the thing. That 90 Day, they're smart. They've got like 5 franchises, right?
Okay.
So in the order of the way it's supposed to work out, you've got before the 90 days, right? It started out with just 90 Day Fiance, which was
Mhm.
people who are falling in love with people from other countries and they got to get a K1 visa to bring them over to the States so that they can get married within 90 days. But it's got to be a legit relationship. It can't be just to be getting over here to get a green card or they get deported, right? So they have to prove that they love each other. But then 90 Day TLC took it another step and created 90 Day Fiance the other way, right? And so then there are people who are Americans who go over to the other country and get married, right? But then they didn't stop there. Then they have before the 90 days. So now they're looking at the relationship before they even decide to get married and see if they're going to go through the K1 process. So you got before the 90 days and you got 90 days, and you got the other way. Now you've also got after they get married, now you've got happily ever after. Okay, yay. They made it through the 90-day process, they got married, now they're on happily ever after. If that works, or if that doesn't work and they end up splitting up some kind of way, um, instead of happily ever after, they go to the single life. So they've got something for everybody, you know. When the 90-day process is done, if they work out, they go on single life. If they don't, I mean, they go on happily ever after. If they don't work out, they go on single life. Or those that work out and stay worked out go on pillow talk. So they've even got that. And then there's 90-day diaries. It's endless.
That's
It's
too
endless.
much. They just need to stick with like 3.
It's a lot. It's a lot. You got 90-day diaries with where they keep up with people who are just, doing stuff and 90-day journeys, which they'll take a couple and just focus on that couple. It's like their own little spin-off. 90-day Bears All, which is like the host of the tell-alls who sits there and she interviews people after the fact. It's kind of like a 90-day diary type of thing. But yeah, they've got so many shows. And then you got the tell-alls.
You know what it reminds me of?
What?
What is it? Teen Mom, or what is it? 16 and Pregnant, whatever it's called.
Unexpected or something?
No, it's like on MTV. There's like I think it started out as 16 and Pregnant, and it was like girls that were 16 or maybe
Yep.
younger that had gotten pregnant, and it like shows them like the life story until like a little past when they had the baby, and then it went into like Teen Mom and followed the girls from the kids like growing up, and then
Okay, like
there's a
what
couple
90 Days
other
has done.
shows too.
So
It
they
was like based off that one show, kind of like 90 Day Fiance.
so they took it and did a bunch of spin-offs. Well, you know what? I can't blame them if a show is working and you can get some extra mileage off of it. Why not? You know,
Yeah,
they
that's
do
true.
that
I
with so
mean,
many. They
I
do
mean
that with so
those
many
moms
other
probably have
things.
some good money coming in.
Yeah. But I heard they pay the Americans, but they don't pay the foreigners that are on there, even though they're half of the couple. I don't think that's fair.
They don't do that. They don't
Yeah.
pay them.
Now they pay the Americans, but they don't pay the couple, the person that they're into, to be on the show with them. Isn't that crazy?
That's not fair. There's got to be
No,
that's got to be like illegal or something.
I don't know, but they don't. Yeah, they don't pay them. That's crazy. Vegan
Wow.
knowledge, JJ. Computer is loading. Ed and Liz. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I love you guys. Oh man, I'm telling you, this place is so I'm so glad though that Colt's mom, Debbie, found somebody that I don't know what to do. I think that is the cutest story.
Now I gotta go look. I'm trying to catch up on all this.
Well,
I
start
finally
watching
made it.
60 Days. Go watching 60 Days. Said, hi, honey.
Hi. I always get a I got a Jen substitute for me while I was gone.
Yeah, you did.
Standing in for Jen is Jen. Remember that from the old soap operas? And now playing the
Yeah,
part.
of Jen. Jen.
Oh yeah, this thing was doing something weird, and I had to direct the DoorDash guy that was bringing me my noodles.
Ah,
Shamika, I think it was his name. He couldn't find the door, but we got him under control. So, but I just wanted to chime in real quick on Natalie and Mike. I was like, oh my goodness, like I told you ahead of time. I was like, her and the mom are gonna end up getting along. Natalie is gonna like drop all her guards, and you told me they actually ended up hugging, right? Like hugging it out.
yeah. Yep.
That that was like that's when I started trying to get in when you were talking about Mike and Natalie, but I don't know if
That's
he's
them
gonna
there.
look at that. Natalie looks like, okay, I'm just gonna let all this go. I'm sure mom is like,
She
mm-hmm.
presented her with some flowers. Well, look here. Natalie, she walks in. That's when Trish walked in. That was Natalie's look. Like, oh shit, there she goes. Hi. And Trish is standing there at the door, like, don't hi me. And then
What
she just
I just
goes into laying into her. Sorry
Natalie's
for
face
anybody
though.
who's looking at this. Nah, that's Trisha's face. Is that even a face? I need to stop.
Y'all need to stop. It's, so
I don't like her, man. She's not a
yeah, I
nice
think
person.
she's way too. What did you just say, Jen? That she needs to what scoot out or something like that?
Yeah.
She's a
Scoot
scoot
her
on
on out
out.
of there.
Get on out of their life. I think like she had a preconception of Natalie beforehand, and everything that Natalie did, she was just trying to make it like prove her point, I think. So everything she
Hmm.
did was like, yep, yep, one of those girls don't want to move the wood, don't want to, move the bales of hay.
Oh my
She's
God,
just
I
here to
forgot
get
about that
money.
scene.
She don't want to stack the wood, like, and Natalie's like, I want to go be an actress in New York.
Right. An actress and a model. That's what I do. In the middle
So
of the wood.
I the wood. He lives in the woods, but
I come back to the wood.
she realized the grass wasn't greener out of the woods. It was just a
Right.
bunch of jerks anyway. So like I might as well deal with that jerk in the woods who actually loved me.
Right. At the end of the day, she realized that he loved her a lot and she still loved him. You think she still loves him, or you think she just is going back to get something out of it? Like, okay, he'll take care of me, and that's what I need right now. So, no, I think she genuinely loves him.
I do too. What do you
Yeah,
think?
I think she loves him. I think she loves
Yeah.
him, and I think that's what, because she didn't have to go back. She could have just as easily gave him a nice phone call and sent his ass a card and said, "All right, thank you, thanks for helping my mom out. Have a nice life. Hey, listen, by the way, check your mail. The divorce papers should be in there pretty soon." She could have done something like that. You know what I mean? But she took it
Yeah.
upon herself to come all the way back, and she still had to get her green card and stuff like that. But she came all the way back and told him, she put herself on the mercy of the court, and she said, "Listen, I was wrong. I want to come back."
Mhm.
And then he said, "I I sat here for 2 years. I sat right here waiting. Like we're supposed to believe he sat on the bench
No, because he
waiting
was
for her for
dating
2 years.
too. We
Yeah, he
saw him on
was.
pictures,
He was
and
dating.
he was very rude to her anyway too. Like, I don't know. I think that all relationships have two sides to every story. I don't
Right.
think he was innocent in the whole thing. I think he could have taken up for a little bit with his mom and
I said the
mediated that thing
same
a little
earlier.
better.
I said the
I
same
mean,
thing
as
earlier.
much of a jerk as Ed is, he actually is taken up for Liz to his mother. I don't like the what's happened between him and his it's like sweet mother, but I don't think it's because he's playing sides and he's telling them, "Oh, she's doing this wrong to me," but then wanting him to like her. Like, I'm a
Right.
big advocate for when it comes to like your family, you have to be like, when if you get into an argument with your spouse that you're going to end up making up. But when you decide to go take that outside of your relationship and tell other people, you have to realize that they don't understand the relationship like you do.
Right.
So if you decide to like go outside of your relationship and say something like negative, that person's going to hold on to that, you know.
They're gonna take it at face value and they're gonna hate on that person, which that's one of the things I liked about Married at First Sight, that couple, Kristen and Mitch, because Kristen said, okay, listen, I'm going to tell you some jacked up shit about him, but I want you to understand I'm still Team Mitch and I want you guys to be Team Mitch. We're not going to beat him up. I've only been married to him a couple weeks. I don't really know him like that. So we're
Mhm.
not going to judge him, but I am getting ready to tell you something that he did that pissed me off. But we're gonna give him a pass. And she set it up that way. So that was pretty cool of her to do that
Mhm.
for that
That
very
was pretty
reason.
cool.
So that people, that it's like, I'm gonna tell you something now, but I don't want you guys hating on him because we may end up working out.
Exactly. And I think that actually made a lot of sense, you know what I mean, for her to
Hmm.
actually set it up that way. And, for they were two people who were pretty mature in the relationship. I will give that to them.
Hmm.
I
I
think
agree.
they had like she has a lot of insecurities. You can tell.
Yeah, I agree. She
Kristen.
definitely does. Look, and they were trying to tell her, get over him, because she still, at the end of the day, was trying to find a reason that he might still be into her. And it's like, no, dude, he's not. He does not
Mhm.
like you like that. He's just not that into you, okay?
They made a whole movie, right, called that.
Right.
So I think I jumped in and interrupted like in the middle of you were talking about you were telling us how the 90-day thing works. Like, okay, so it was before the 90 days.
You got before the 90 days, which is chronicling. Is that right?
Chronologically?
Chron- no,
Chronicling.
chronicling, right.
It doesn't sound
Then
right when you keep saying it
I
over and over
know,
though.
I know.
Chronicling.
Chronicle, but you know what I mean. Um, Writing down. No, I'm only kidding. Basically, it's tracking them before they even get into the 90-day process, and then you got. If you look at it, 90-day fiance came first, but if you're gonna do it in the order of the process, you've got before the 90 days, then you've got 90-day fiance, which is now it's not before, they're actually in the process, and then after that, you've got, it can go one of two ways. Either they get married and they go to happily ever after, or they don't get married and they go to the single life.
Exactly. And then after this, so
After the single life, if they make that and meet somebody, see now Debbie,
now they can go into a whole nother
a whole nother cycle. Debbie now
rotation.
can go into 90-day fiance the other way if she wants to. Because if he proposes to her, that means they're going to get married, and she went to another country. She didn't
So
stay
90
here.
Day Fiance the other way
Would
and
apply to
90 Day
her.
Fiance. And the thing is, do you feel like they go like they get stuck in the cycle, like they, even if like you have, it's like almost okay, if you just got done doing 90 day and it didn't work out, you should go on single life if you're trying to make some more money, so you need to find somebody, you know what I mean, reach
You know
out and
what, dude?
find
I think that's why
somebody.
a lot of them recruit people. Ed, apparently paid Liz to be on there with him.
That's
Usman
what you were
picked
saying.
him out of the fan base, you know. So it's like they come on this show to get notoriety. So they have to find a partner that's willing to do that and share that spotlight
And
with
it has
them.
to be interesting, you
Yeah.
know. Unfortunately, if it's just like sometimes that's what's interesting to people, those big age gaps. Does
Yep.
she seem like, wow, does he like her? You know, it's almost like they cast people for these shows and they put people in certain categories to just like insert this person here. Like what turned me off about The Bachelorette and The Bachelor after a while. It started to become way too, I was watching each season like it wasn't different people, it was just who is inserted
They
as
just
this
inserted a
particular
different
character.
actress. Yeah.
And
It's
when
like
they
if you
put
got the
that
crazy person.
guy Clayton or Clinton or whatever his name was, I was just done. I'm like, that has nothing to do. He wasn't even the last two. He's just the chosen one because he was the model looking person that like they even set it up on the season before by making him get those letters from the kids or whatever.
Right. We
I'm
called
like,
that.
this is such a setup.
I remember looking at you saying, Jen, look what they're doing. They're tugging at the heartstrings. They've got him playing with the kids. He's the next bachelor.
Right. And he ended up being the next. And it's like, if I want to watch a movie that's pre planned, I will go to Netflix and watch a movie. When I want to watch reality TV, try to act like you're surprising me a little.
Right.
You know, like make it look
Right.
at least real, you know, like you're not
Well,
just
that's what
cat.
Jen was just saying. It looks obviously like a storyline sometimes, and it's like, we don't want storylines. We want reality TV. But the
Look at
big
the difference now from when we started watching reality TV. It
real
was
reality
reality TV,
TV was the real like
the real life.
the
Remember?
real life. That was reality TV.
Mm-hmm.
At its finest, in its heyday, when it actually was reality TV, like the Love Show, like that show, A Shot at Love with Tila Tequila. You know what I'm saying? But I found out that they finagled that at the
Sensitive.
end.
It's
What was
like
that one show with Flava Flav or whatever his name is?
Flavor Flav. um,
What was that show? Wasn't he on one?
he was. He was. It was like the love life of Flavor Flav or something like that. Which who gives a shit? I'm like, Flavor Flav is the ugliest dude ever walked the face of the earth. I'm like, who
oh my
cares about
gosh, I
his
gotta
love
see this
life?
guy. I gotta Google what he looks like.
He's in
I
he
checked.
was in Public Enemy, which is like a well-known rap group that was very prominent back in the 90s. And he was part of that group. He wasn't even a rapper. He was just a side guy that was doing the weird dancing. So he's
With the
like
big
this.
clock.
Right, right, right.
Oh
I
yeah,
liked
he is
Public
not
Enemy.
that good
Enemy.
looking. Oh my gosh, look at this
Not
guy.
that good looking. He's freaking
I
atrocious.
see. I'm just trying to be nice.
I know, I know. I'm being mean. Why am I being so mean?
You're hangry.
I need my ashwagandha. I know, right?
You didn't take your ashwagandha.
No, I did. I
I
took it.
took some for
Yeah,
the
I
first
know.
time today. Ashwagandha.
Ashwagandha.
I took the gummies.
Yeah, I know. I don't know. How did they taste?
They taste good. That's why I ate two of them. Because I was so hungry. I'm extra happy. Serving size
Oh my
one
god.
didn't seem right. It tasted like candy,
Well,
like grape.
you said they're like minimal milligrams, right? They're not even that many milligrams.
Really? I'm gonna eat two more because I'm getting hungry. I'm just kidding. I don't want to
Did
be
you
over the
order
top
Chinese
happy.
or anything?
I did.
You did? Woo! Did you order a fuck you?
I ordered
But
lo
you
mein
have to
Oh
noodles.
deliver it to your ex. You can't. You can't have it
That's
man.
delivered to
right.
your
I
house.
didn't send it here. Oh, you wanted it delivered here. I thought you wanted it to your ex. My bad.
No.
Now I
You know,
wasted all
I
that
completely
DoorDash
made
cash.
that up. There's actually no. I don't know when last time I even had an ex. I'm like,
Sawyer, stop.
What is the breathing going on back there?
Somebody
That's
is not
Sawyer.
happy.
Sawyer, what are you doing?
You wanna say hi? You say hi.
Hi.
Hi, hi,
Hi.
Sawyer. How you doing, baby?
Hear them?
Hi.
Hi. What
I
you
What's
said
up
going
hi,
to?
on?
JJ and Don.
You
Hi,
saw.
baby. I'm Don.
Oh,
Hi, baby.
that
How
was
are
so
you?
cute.
He is adorable.
He is. His voice. Hi, JJ and Dawn.
How old
I
is
saw
he,
that
Jen?
picture on Facebook. He was on the fire truck, right? He
Yeah,
likes
with
fire
Emma.
trucks.
How old is he?
He is 3. He'll be 4 on JJ's birthday.
They have the same birthday?
Isn't
They
that
do.
crazy? He's a Capricorn. I'm gonna
Wow.
send him my hat.
Wow, how
That is
crazy is that?
wild.
Well, that's like
It,
my sister. My sister and my daughter have the same exact birthday. I said I gave you a niece for a birthday present.
There you go.
I
that is
gave you a
pretty cool.
niece.
That
That's
you can use that birthday present every year now.
Right. I already gave.
regifting,
I
regifting.
gave
It's like
27 years ago. She's the gift that keeps on giving.
Lily's birthday is like the day after mine.
Hmm.
That's wild, isn't it? All
Yeah,
these
and me and
January
your
birthdays.
stepdad are close. I think,
Yeah,
what
that
is he,
not
July 12th?
yep, and our 11th or 12th and the 19th. There's a
Yep.
lot of July
Mine's the
and
23rd.
of
I'm the
July.
19th. Oh my
Yeah.
God, you are on the cusp of Leo.
How
You
Yep.
weird
are
is that?
Leo.
I am.
Oh yeah, I know when they are. I know those dates. I'm kind of on a cusp because I'm the 19th. It's kind of close. I think it's like the 22nd or
So you're
21st
like
is
on
when
the
it
cusp
switches up.
of Cancer and Leo.
And my mom was a Cancer and my dad was a Leo. How crazy is that?
Wow. Leo is a lion. Are you lion?
Wow, don't piss Jen off.
Yeah, yeah. You don't want to piss me.
we will tread carefully.
They are quiet, but when they get pissed, mm-mm.
We pounce.
Yep.
I'm just
I
a
remember my
goat
dad. He was
climbing the hill.
very, very late. They have a very quiet strength, but when it comes out, it comes out.
Oh yeah, like my stepdad. There was something going. I forgot what. We were at a store. There was something. It was like trading your old car seats for like gift cards or something. So I went over there to trade in the car seat, and my stepdad was with me because I had a couple, and I couldn't bring it all at once. And
Hmm.
I mean, these people were like, "This is not a car seat. It's not a it's a booster seat." Yada yada yada. I'm like, "No, listen, like it's a 5-point harness car seat, not a booster seat. This thing does not come apart. It's not a booster seat."
Shout out to
And they're
Kim
trying to
Turner.
where? Oh, she's here,
Yep.
Kim. Um, but yeah, my stepdad. Ever since that day, he's like, "I am not going to mess around with you." He's like, "You put them on point."
you
Wow.
gotta watch your cancers and Leos now. Don't make you mad.
I mean, I'll
Hmm.
speak my mind, and I this was my thing in high school. I was always good at putting someone down. I could, literally they say something to me like something bad, or they want to be like, they want to start a fight or something, and
Hmm.
I could easily just look at them and like in like the 5 seconds, just like how JJ comes up with those puns, in like 5 seconds, I can come up with a really nasty like diss or whatever
You
you want to
should have
call
been on
them.
that show. What was that show we watched where they do the they like stand off against each other with the like Eminem was in
Yeah,
it,
like
8 Mile.
battling. You can
Yeah,
come up
they
with a diss
battling.
in under 5 seconds, basically.
Yeah, like I just, when someone gets me
Give them the
angry,
death stare.
yes, the resting bitch face, yes.
You ever love one
That's
have
that's like glued
RBS
on my face.
resting bitch? No, RBF would it be? Don't forget. Oh, Buddha said, don't forget to hit the like button, comment, and subscribe to become a member of the J Crew, y'all.
Thank you,
Kim
Buddha.
said, talk to the hand. Kim Turner, you just had a birthday recently, didn't you? What sign would that be?
Let's see, where
Um,
are we? We are
November.
in, she's a Scorpio.
Uh-oh. No
Are
wonder
you
she's
a
got the
Scorpio,
hand up.
Kim? Because I think the end of October, early November is Scorpio. I think the end of September, early October is Libra. And after that is
Yeah, she
Scorpio.
said yes. So we're gonna stand off. Let's get the Scorpio against the Leo in the red corner. Let's see if we can diss each other. Like you came up with some pretty interesting stuff in the chat the other day, right? You were coming off at Ed. You even had a
Oh
picture
yeah.
for him in less than 5 seconds. Dawn's dissing these people on her TikTok with these plus pictures. I was like, do one for us. She's like, I'm not doing one for us. I was like, yeah, maybe that's not a good idea to make us look
She's
like
like,
who's
try to
who's
come up with two people that would make us individually. I'm like, our parents.
That's no
That was
fun.
a
I
good
meant two
one.
famous people that would equal like think about two famous people that would equal you. It like everyone think of that to theirself and I was like trying to come up with two.
Okay, check this out. Whoopi Goldberg definitely would be my mom because I do sound like her. I'd hear myself and I'm like, damn, that did sound like Whoopi. But it's
Mhm.
like
Well, you know
somebody
what?
told me
You do. You have that
Calmness.
when she speaks, she has that like motivation in her like
Yeah.
tone like you do. Like, I could sit and listen to her for a while because it's not boring.
You're
And
like
that
Keanu Reeves and Whoopi Goldberg. I wanted to be Keanu Reeves actually. I forgot.
I could see that personality wise. Maybe not looks wise, but I could definitely see that personality
Yeah,
wise.
you're a lot better looking than her, but I can see the personality. And you
Thank
got the
you, honey.
dreads.
But I could totally do Keanu, man.
You do Whippy
Whoa.
too. You can do
Whoa.
good impressions. Do one
Yeah,
for us.
I feel like she's trying. I don't know who to do.
Somebody comment someone. Someone famous.
I don't know. I'm not gonna be able to do it. Don't put me on the spot. Don't do it. I can't do it.
Let's
I'm trying, I
see.
don't
Eddie
even know.
Murphy.
I can't even come up with one.
I
Eddie
know.
Murphy.
It's hard to think of something on the spot when you're trying
It
to even
really
come up with
is.
somebody like a celebrity. You can do all the people from 90 Day though.
No, I can't.
You do Natalie.
What when I say in the middle of the, I just say
Where
one
did
word from Natalie.
who was we were talking about before after Mike and Natalie? Was there anybody else or was that our topic for tonight?
That was pretty much the topic for tonight because that couple moved me the most.
Mhm.
Because I was really torn by what happened between her and Trish and the way Mike took her in. And I think he really still loves her. And I think she loves him. I think they're going to end up back together. I'd like to see them end up together and have a couple of kids and end up
I
on
think
happily ever
it could work
after.
because they may some people need to go through something in order to realize that they are
They
right
love
for
each
each
other.
other. Like and her walking away, Michael needed that in a way. I
Yeah.
really do believe because he was taking her for granted, but she was taking him for granted, thinking the grass was greener on the other side. She's like, I'm going to go out. I'm going to be me. I want to be in America. I want to run around in Florida and I want to date
I can
this
get another man
guy.
to take care of me, Michael. I don't need you. Well, wake up, honey. Guess what? No, you
Well, he
can't.
would have took care of you, but he was also going to cheat on you.
Yeah,
And
most
he was going
likely.
to be maybe not, but she's too jealous for that guy who is has his, she got with a guy who wanted to travel the world and was going to take her places, and she wanted to go live in the woods. She was living in the woods and wanted to go travel the world with a guy that was going to take her
I want
places.
what I
So
can't
is
have.
she never going to be happy, or now is she realized I wanted to settle down initially and I just wanted to like go out there and try this, and can Michael love that freedom that she has about her, and can she love the stability that he has,
And
and can
apparently,
they
that's what she
appreciate that
figured
with
out.
each
That's what
other?
she wants.
Yeah, and he apparently doesn't want like the little girl that lives in the woods, because why is he not going down to the corner bar with his mother and meeting a nice girl from church? Why is
Right.
he going chasing these women from other countries? Even the other girl was a model of some kind that he was dating. So he's got that sense of I want a girl who's adventurous. She's got this I need this, stable guy. So I'm like maybe it can work now that they've but
Had the
will
chance
he
to
I
separate.
feel like I want to say he's going to say yes, but I feel like he's going to say no just because we all think he's going to say yes. Does that
But you know what? I think he's going to say yes because we all think he's going to say no. Because he finished the season shaking his head like, but he never said yes or no. But he's given this appearance like he's probably not going to take her back, which makes me think he is.
Kim Turner said not if mom have anything to do with it. Yeah, that's
No, I
true.
can't
Mom, even though
stand
she hugged it
her.
out, she is two-faced as anything. She didn't want that girl around.
You know who
You
she
know
reminds me of?
who?
Red Riding Hood. When
Wait
JJ
a minute, who?
said something about the woods, that it like I don't know why it clicked. It just clicked.
Natalie.
Yes.
I thought you meant the mother at
I
first. I'm
did
like,
too
Red
at first.
Riding
That's
Hood, is
why
her
I
hair
asked. I'm
red?
like, Mom?
That was
No.
strange.
I could
Yeah,
just
'cause she's
imagine like
like
a little red
Little Red
hood on
Riding
her and
right.
like in the woods with her curly blonde hair and her really creepy looking eyes and stuff. Like
With a red hood on. And I was thinking of Goldilocks and the Three Bears. This
Little
one
Red
is
Riding
too
Hood
hard.
in the middle
This
of
one
the
is too
woods.
soft. This one is just right.
Oh,
What you said
look,
about
Michael.
earlier, remember we were talking about the cats earlier? When you said if you set them free and they return, so we had our neighbor when we had the office for our delivery business, we had this office in a little like strip mall, and the neighbor found this cat who had gotten chased up a tree, which ends up our cat menu right now. But she was a kitten. She got chased up a tree, and the neighbor put her in the little storage area next to our office. So we started like petting her and feeding her, and I started getting attached to her. And then it was cold, and I brought her into the office, and then she ended up in our apartment. But anyway, before that, remember she got out or no, she didn't get out. They took her to live with somebody, right? It was like what about
She
10
made her
minutes
way back to our office.
she escaped. Like we were like, okay, well if she's got a good home, that's all that matters. And she ended up back at our office again. She got out of the yard of the people that apparently took her in. Got out the door and the yard because I'm sure they didn't keep the cat in the yard, and ended up with us. So I think she was like always meant to be with us.
She claimed us as her humans.
that's pretty cool. My brother actually had he adopted a cat. Um he named him Shadow because he was like all black. And this I
Cool.
mean it his cat was like massive. Like it wasn't one of those what is that one cat that's like huge? I don't remember the name or what it's
Siamese
called.
or something.
Um, let's
What's the
see.
skinless one?
Siberian. Siberian Husky. That's a dog. What am I talking
Right.
about?
Hold on, let's see. I'm gonna look at what's it called? It's like Mancoon or something. Maine Coon.
Hmm. I never
Okay.
heard of that.
So
I've never heard
so
of that.
it's so the cat is like a big fluffy cat that's about 20 pounds.
Mm,
But it
it's
gets
a big cat.
it just gets huge, and it's a domestic cat. It's not not just a random like a bobcat or anything. It's a domestic cat. His wasn't as big, but it was pretty big, and he adopted him. And um, when they brought him home, I mean, Shadow was like attached to him, and he recently, Shadow actually passed away about a year ago, and my brother was like devastated. Like
Yeah.
I don't see my brother cry a lot, and he cried for days. I felt
Oh,
so bad for him. But I mean, I heard cats like they pick their people, and that's it's either one person or like very few people, but they
Yeah,
pick people.
they do.
They pick who they want to be with, and um, dogs are almost the same. It's a little different.
yeah.
I mean, they know who their family is, but sometimes they don't come back, and there's other times when they come back because they know that's where the food is.
Hmm.
So like my dog Oakley, who likes to dig under the fence, she is a retriever beagle mix, so she's smaller than a retriever, but looks like a retriever,
Hmm.
and she likes to dig. We actually adopted her because the I guess her previous owner was tired of keeping up with her digging under the fence. And I was like, I mean, that's just a lame reason to give a dog up.
Right. It's like the
Yeah,
dog. It's a dog. It's like us saying
that's
don't
what they
scrape
do.
the carpet.
I like the
It,
name
It's like,
it's
Oakley.
yeah,
yeah,
that
we
is
we
cool.
have
Like
we have
sunglasses.
Oakley, who is our oldest dog. Then we have Riley, who is
Another Riley.
yeah, she's over a little year old. She is a basset hound um pit mix, I think. I forgot.
What?
And then we got the new pup, and her name is May, and she's 5 pounds, and she's a Chihuahua Dotson whatever mix or something like that.
Wow,
Then what's
that's
her
pretty
name?
cool.
The last one?
May.
Nay.
May. Okay, that's cool. I like those names. So Oakley, May, and Riley.
Mhm.
You have like dogs with human names,
We wanted
not like
them to feel like
Scruffy
family.
Fido and
Oh, because they are, they're pets. Pets are definitely family. It's just like Tux. I remember the first time I realized that she knew her name. And she was so little, but she was running in my kitchen. And I'm like, Tux. And all of a sudden she runs back out of the kitchen and kind of looks at me.
Aw.
And I said, nah, she didn't know. She walks back in there. I said, Tux, real low. She comes back out again and looks at me. And I'm
Oh,
like, oh my God, you know your name?
that's cute.
I thought that was so cool. Well, it's so funny because she was given to me by a friend of mine, and I said I wanted a black cat, an all black cat. Well, he came up with a black and white, and I'm like, okay, well, I'll take it. And I wanted a boy, but she starts sticking her
Well, you
ass up,
thought
and I
she
realized she
was
was a
a
girl.
boy for a while. I remember that text I got that
I
one
remember when
time, and
she
you were
started
like,
sticking
"Tux
her
is a
ass up.
girl."
But here's the thing, the night I got her, she meowed all night long because she was depressed, I guess because she was brought from her family. And she was only yay big. And she went under my dresser and stayed under there all night. So the next morning, I was like, we got to be friends. So I had some cat food and I had put it under there. And I don't know if she tried to eat it, but I put my hand under the dresser and I literally fell asleep. I was like I took a nap, but I was determined that I was going to be friends with this cat. And I laid down there with my hand under the dresser. Do you know I was woken up by her putting her paw in my
That
hand?
is adorable. That is
Aw.
so
And it
cute.
was like, okay, I'll be friends with you. She put her paw in my hand and we remained best friends until,
And she was with
until
her in the
last year
last moments, and I think it worked out that way too. As much as I
on
wanted to be
purpose.
there in the very like last moments, I was there leading up to them, but in that very last moment, I was actually in here at work, and I was like, okay, because we were set up to take her to actually go to the vet to like have her put to sleep. I
I
had
knew she
finally gave
wasn't gonna make it through the night. I knew she wasn't gonna make it through the night. And I walked over to I was watching the summer league. It was the NBA summer league. And something just told me to go to her, you know what I mean? And she was laying there on the floor because we wanted her to die at home. And we didn't want her put to sleep. We just wanted her to die in the comfort of the home. And all of a sudden, I had this feeling to go over to her and I said, you've been holding on. You fought the good fight. It's time for you to go ahead and let go. I'm okay now. I knew she was holding on because she knew I was not ready to let her go. And I started petting her head and her stomach at the same time. And I said, I love you. Thank you for being my best friend. And literally, I just kept rubbing her. And then because I could feel her breathing was very heavy. And I'm like, oh man, So I told her I loved her and thanked her. And I walked to watch TV, and I could hear her. It sounded like she was snoring, like a few minutes later. I'm like, I put her to sleep. But your mom said that was her death growl.
Yeah.
Oh
She
wow.
died literally 5 minutes after that. So the universe allowed me to literally say goodbye to her in that moment. And I didn't know that she was actually about to, but she let go after that. It's like she understood what I said.
You know what's crazy? That reminds like it reminds me of, when you have like a family member that's in the hospital and um they're sick
Hmm.
and they're like on their last leg, but they just don't want to let go yet. Um it's almost like that. Like my husband's grandpa,
Hmm.
he really wanted to meet Sawyer, and Sawyer, he was probably 2. I don't know if he's met him before then. I think it might have been because of COVID or something like that.
Yeah.
Um, but when he met Sawyer, he actually woke up. Like he wasn't opening up his eyes much. He wasn't eating or drinking or talking to anybody. But when he saw Sawyer, he opened his eyes and was talking to him. And then,
Wow.
like a day
Nice.
later, he passed away.
It was like he
Wow. It's
knew.
like he was
I
waiting
think
to see
people know,
Sawyer.
and it's
Yeah,
almost like
it's crazy.
family does that too. Like you said, like humans do that. Like I've heard that story a lot when they're in that phase of, on the way out, and somebody tells them it's okay. I'm okay. Go ahead. It's like they will just.
I did it with my grandmother.
It's like a relief for them almost. Like,
Yeah.
okay, hearing that come out of your mouth, like knowing that you are going to be okay and that they're not worried about you or that
Hmm.
they don't have to worry about you.
Yeah.
It definitely I think it's like a relief for them, and it kind of like almost calms them down to the point where like, okay, you
They can
know,
let go.
yeah.
This is supposed to be the reality stream. Why am I feeling like
We've
I'm
done
in the
turned it
therapy
Well,
into
hey,
stream?
midday motivated.
hey, this is a real it's
uh,
reality. We're talking about reality right
that
now, like
is
That's
actual
true.
right.
reality.
That
That's
is
right.
true.
That's right.
That is wild. So
Just
that's
happens to
what.
be sad, but
I
Right.
know. Don't mess with
Our
me. I
pain
am
bodies are coming
morbid.
in today.
I live in morbidity,
But we're
but I'm
gonna
a
get a
very
new
happy,
kitten
positive
very
person.
soon, or well, not a puppy
Yeah, I
probably, but
think
a
I'm
kitten.
ready for a new one now. I think I'm ready for a new kitten. His name is gonna be Neo. I've already decided, and I think I want another black and white. I was into black cats, but Tuck sold me on black and whites. I love a black and white. But if it ends up being all black, that's cool too.
Yeah,
I
and then we
love
can.
black
Because
cats. I
Neo
think they
doesn't
are so crazy
need.
looking.
It's not like Tux. Tux would have not been cool as an all black cat. 'Cause it's like, is she in an all black Tux?
She had
Like
a
Tux
black
is
cat.
usually the black and
Remember
white
when
shirt.
she had the babies?
Yeah,
She like two of them were all black. She had a litter. Two of them looked just like her. They were black and whites, and she had two of
anti.
them. Anti was all black. We called her Anti because she did not like people.
I was holding her one time, and Dawn
We'd
turned the
scratch the
sink
shit
on,
out of
and
you real
she
quick.
she was not happy about that noise going off. Yeah, they all had little personalities, though. That's what I
And we
love
called
about
one of them
animals.
TJ. He looked
That's why I
just
don't
like
eat them.
Tux. So we called him TJ, which stood for Tux Jr.
oh, that's cool. That's actually
Yeah.
clever.
So
And
yeah.
then, wait, what was the other cat's name?
Blue. One was
Blue.
blue.
Uh-huh.
Blue.
Because he almost had a blue tent, or was it the blue collar? I can't
It
remember
was a blue
now.
collar. We put a blue collar on her and named her Blue.
Blue's Clues.
It was a girl.
Yeah.
That's pretty cool
Check
for
this
a
out.
girl's name.
One lady took all five of those cats because she lived on a farm for all of her kids.
Was it
Oh,
4 or 5 of them? Was it five? No, it was four, wasn't it?
I
And who
thought it
was
was
the other one?
that poor cat. Now we've even forgotten her. She probably she's on a psychiatrist cat couch somewhere. Like they never liked me.
I forgot about Blue until just now. So it was
I
Anti
know.
Blue, TJ, and it was another one. I can't remember that fourth one.
Oh my
But
gosh,
it was
what was
so
her
crazy
name?
because Tux was
That's
walking around. She was
insane.
pregnant, and her belly was so big. And I remember going to bed that one night and waking up that next morning, and I said, Jen, we got grandbabies. They were feeding. I woke up in the middle of the night. She must have birthed these kittens. We didn't hear a sound.
Tux was tough, okay? Let me tell you, like Dawn could play the drums and Tux would just sit there and look like that doesn't phase me. A cat, like that normally like if they
She
hear
was my
fireworks
spirit
going off.
animal. She was just like me. She and I were like this, dude. She acted just like me. It's so weird.
And the other cat is just like me, like
They have
scared of
our
her own shadow.
personalities.
So she's good at what?
Her own
Scared of her own
shadow.
shadow.
Oh.
If I hear a noise, I'm like, "What's that? What's that? Shut the window. Did someone sneeze?"
It's so
Um,
true. They both cats act literally just like us, and they remind me so much of us.
but see,
So
Menu is getting a little more what
a
do
little
you
more
call it?
bold.
Bold in her old age, just like me.
How old is
They're learning,
Menu now?
kid.
What is she like?
Menu
13?
is 11. No, she's not. She's
11.
11. She's 11 this year. Yeah, she was born in
Well, we got her
2010,
in 11,
2011.
but I
Okay.
don't know. She was probably about like what 4 months old at that
Probably
point.
about 4 months. Yep. So she's 11 years old now. And Tux was 13 when she died. So
So what happened was Tux just really sick?
she ended up having cancer.
Oh wow.
She had a tumor on her tongue that apparently is pretty common in cats that do a lot of licking, and we could
Mhm.
not keep this cat from licking tape and boxes that would be delivered. She would
Mhm.
lick the wall sometime, and cats that do that, they get something called skepta something that forms on their tongue, and she developed a tumor and she couldn't really eat,
Well,
and
at first we thought it was like I thought she lost like her tooth was having an issue because she wasn't like eating her dry food as much.
her
She
mouth was
start
bleeding.
Yeah, she started eating like she only wanted wet food, because we used to give that to her as like a treat, you know what I mean? Or not a treat, but like, she had dry food sitting there all the time, but then like once a night I when I was cooking, I'd like put the wet food down, but she started getting like really aggressive, like only wanting the wet food. So I was like, "Oh, something must be going on with her teeth, because she's getting older or whatever." And then like one day I looked and it was like I saw like blood on her chin and I'm like, "Oh, wow, what is going on?" And that's when we took her to the vet and that's when they wanted us to put her to sleep right then. And we're like, "No. Like this is just all new." You know what I mean? Like
Well,
this
it
just
didn't affect the way she was living, so why put her to sleep if it's not
Yeah,
gonna
we were
bother
able to
her?
give her a good quality of life up until the point where she died. But you can meet her. I made a video about her. So when we get off of here, if you scroll down, you'll see her picture on the thumbnail, and it's a video of some pictures of her when she was healthy. There was one time when she jumped on
would
my
ride on her
chest.
back.
She rode on my back. She jumped on my chest, and I'm like, wow, how'd you, I was holding my hand out and I didn't think she was going to do it, but she did. She jumped right in my arms, and I thought, holy shit. So,
Oh yeah, I
Jen,
remember which one you're talking about, the one I
we
recorded, right?
started the video out with that. Yep. That
It
was
was
really
like
I'll have to
cool.
look
three,
at it.
two, one. Yeah, she was like really an intelligent cat. Like I don't know, like everybody thinks their kids or their cats are intelligent, but she was like smarter than the average cat. She was like a dog, I used to
Remember
call her.
when she let us know Howard was out back? Like, she would
Yeah.
knock on the door. She would scratch on the door, like when we first moved to where we live, and she would scratch when she wanted to go out, and she'd scratch when she came in. And one day the neighbor had came and he decided to clip our hedges for us. And she scratches, like, let me in,
She
let
was
me in.
like,
And I'm
some
like,
crazy
hey, what's
guys
going on?
outside.
And she starts walking and looking up at me like, come on, and walking and looking back to see if I'm following
I'm
her.
going, what is it, girl?
Yeah. And I
Like
start
Lassie.
following her and we go outside and she walks around and looks at him and looks up at me. And I look around the side of the house and I see somebody cutting our hedges. And I'm like, did you just tell me that we had somebody cutting the hedges?
Like,
Oh, you just walked me out here and let me know somebody was here. You're like a dog, you know?
she was definitely like a dog. Like she like would lead me to like feed her, and Dawn's like always like,
Why
don't
are you
like
letting
Jen,
her bully
stop
you?
trying to let her bully you. And I'm like, she's not bullying me. I just want to give her what she wants. But she would definitely bully me. Now that I look back on it, she was definitely a bully. Like if I was like getting ready to come out of the bathroom, she would like time out the flush of the toilet so she could be like waiting at the door and then just would like stand right in front of me like no matter where I'd go and like try to lead me into the kitchen. Like I was
Oh
the
wow, yeah. She had a habit of like sprawling herself out right in your pathway. Like you will notice me, damn you. I want something and you will
and she
see
didn't even
me.
care if you would kick her or flip over. Like she was just go ahead and I'm gonna lay out and see what happens. Like
Yeah, I'd like,
it's like
put my foot under her and I'd like try to push her a little bit and she'd just like lay there like, nope, I'm gonna lay right here. I'm gonna lay right
you will give me what I
here.
want.
She's like,
That's
yeah,
it.
I'm gonna get attention
Yep.
either way.
You can't miss me here. Look, wait a minute, let me see. Let me doorway. Yeah. This is a good spot. It's a good spot. Yeah, I
She
know
would
you
find the
see me.
doorway. Uh, It's
I
funny
want
though
food
because
now.
we were laughing earlier, like because now the other cat menu has gotten into a habit of now she's realizing as she gets older how to get what she wants by just
She
constantly
just
meowing.
meows
She's like an
profusely.
alarm clock now. As soon as the sun starts coming up, here she goes outside the door, and I'm like, nah, I'm
And
like,
I purposely prolong things because I'm like, nope, you're not gonna bully me.
I
But
could do it
nah, that's
only
my
for
baby.
so long,
That is too funny.
and I'm like, all right, here
Did
you
we just
go.
go into pet time?
We just went into like 90-day pet time. But
Well,
we still have 4 people in the chat. They didn't leave because
we
of the
love
pets.
you guys. Thank you for hanging on, listening to us talk about pets.
Maybe Natalie and Michael should get a pet. Well, what was that weird thing? Did they have a rat?
Yeah, they
Ew.
got like a hamster, I think, and a dog.
Oh,
A
but
rat.
somebody had a rat. I don't know. It looked like a rat to
Yeah, she's
me.
got like this hamster. I think it might be a guinea pig, actually.
I still think it's a rat.
Maybe a mouse?
No, I think it's a guinea pig because it's pretty big. And
Was
it
it?
looked like it was multicolored. So I think it was a guinea pig.
I'm gonna have to look that up. Maybe it was a guinea pig, but somebody had a rat. Who was it? There was one of the couples that I thought had a rat. Maybe I'm wrong.
You might be thinking about Natalie with that guinea pig.
Maybe. I still think she has a rat. I'm gonna look at this up.
It might have been when Ed went to the Philippines, he saw a rat. You might be
Oh
thinking
my
about
gosh,
that.
I remember that.
I
No, but it
remember
really
that.
is. It's a rat.
What?
They have Natalie Darling Rat blog, and they have a Natalie with a rat. I'm telling you, she has
Wow.
a rat.
Oh, it is a rat.
Right? I told you. I'm not crazy, and
Did
that's
she
No,
okay
catch
there's
it
though.
like a
out of the woods?
photo. There's a photo of her with a rat on the table.
It's a
Mm.
rat. That's what she had.
Where are you guys looking?
Like I googled it, but here
It's
I'll
called
put the
Reality Tidbit. We got custody of the rat. Mike and Natalie split. So there is a rat involved. I'm telling you that I know the difference between
Wow.
a guinea pig and a rat, and she's got a rat, and that's like I don't know.
I can do it.
I'm not a big fan of the rat. Oh, Jen put the link there. Can you click on it?
I mean, it was published last year, but it's shows the rat.
I cannot believe that. Like, I thought when they were sitting there talking, like, it was almost like they would be if they were playing with like the cat or the dog. But like, I mean, hey, like, what's her name? Rose didn't think it was weird to have a rat in the corner.
Did
Rats
you
in
know
the corner
Natalie
and
is
the silver spoon.
vegetarian?
I did last night. Sorry. Okay. Well, here's Chinese if you want it. You want the Chinese? Yeah. Okay. Sorry. This was a food conversation. I ate all the Fritos last night, but we have Chinese, so yeah, I made up for it.
It's dinner time.
But anyway, so the real quick, this was what I was gonna say. What was I talking about? The rat?
Yeah.
You were talking about the rat.
Yeah, but it was something else really important about the rat. Now I can't remember.
Is it really that important?
In the article, it says Natalie is vegetarian. You guys,
Well,
Yes, she's a
I heard
vegan, I
she's
think.
only vegetarian. I thought she was vegan though.
she might. Oh, in the article, it says vegetarian,
But
but
they
she
might
could
just
But
be
they don't know the
vegan.
difference.
they
So yeah,
interchange them.
yeah, I think she's a vegan now. But
Yeah, 'cause the
yeah, that's
mom
pretty
took her to
cool.
the butcher shop. Remember, you were saying that earlier that she
Says
was
that
being
she
passive
eats
aggressive.
fish.
That was mean.
Oh, then she's pescatarian if she eats fish, right?
Cheese
Because she
fish.
did.
Yeah,
Oh,
it says
no.
that she eats fish on this article. I mean, it could be wrong, but it
Oh, it
Mm.
might
says
be
that she
right.
eats fish.
Natalie seems a little out there. Like, she probably don't know what she is.
That's what the Dr. Morris was saying. He's like, if you're gonna venture out and go ahead and eat meat just to have it a little bit of a balance, don't eat it that often. But if you do, make it like a fish or like a chicken or something like that.
I
Can't go
just
wrong with fish.
I don't eat it. Like, I stopped eating meat for the health reasons, but now I don't eat it because it's an actual living like
It's
thing,
flesh.
and I feel like now weird about it. So I've gotten myself to a point where I feel weird about it, so I don't ever eat it,
I could
but
have
I'm okay if
continued to
people
eat
do whatever
fish.
they do.
I could have continued to eat fish. I would have been okay still eating fish, but I figured, you know what? If I've gone that far, I'll just do all of it. But if I was gonna cheat and have a cheat day and eat something like now, if I were to ever do that, it would be probably fish. I wouldn't touch chicken or meat, but I would probably eat fish or like shrimp or crabs because I love crabs.
Hey, what's up,
But
Janetta?
can't do crab. Hey, Janetta.
You are the crab.
Y'all should watch that Food Inc. movie that my aunt made me watch when I was like a teenager.
It's called Food Inc.
Yeah.
What is it about? Tattoos of food or
No, it's like it's like a documentary, and it kind of just goes into detail about like farming, like like chicken
okay,
farms and cows and stuff like that.
okay.
And it goes behind the scene of like the food industry.
Wow, that'd be cool.
I mean,
Educational.
it some of it is gross because it shows things that like
It is gross what happens in the
like the what do you call it when they kill the pigs? What is it? What do they call those places?
Slaughterhouses.
Yes, it shows like slaughterhouses and like what happens in there as well. It really does a deep dive with
Yeah.
farmers and slaughterhouses and just things that you eat. It really does a deep dive.
Yeah, and like I don't think I realized what happens to like I didn't realize cows were not just standing there smiling and like, "Hey, go ahead and take my milk." I didn't realize until I realized what went on. They had to artificially inseminate these cows to get them pregnant so much, and then they took the baby away, and then they were like over milking them. It's like weird that we don't know what we're eating sometimes. You know what I'm? It's like a whole new world will open up. So I'm interested in that, looking at video, even though I already kind of know what happens, but it might be
Yeah.
good for people to watch.
It says it's on Rotten Tomatoes. It says 95% um on their little rating thing, and then the audience rated it 86.
How old
Mm.
were
So
you when you saw that?
I was like 11,
And
12.
you still remember it?
Yeah, I
It
mean
made an
it's
impact.
always going to be in the back of my head because being that young, you don't think about like slaughterhouses and stuff. You
Yeah.
don't think about how, the chicken farms are, and it just how gross it is, and you just don't think about that kind of stuff.
Right.
So it
Most
definitely
people
like
don't even
it'll
think
always.
about it at like 111, unless they are led on to some kind of documentary or something. Really, we don't think about it when we think about what we're
No.
eating. It's like it just is what
Mhm.
it is.
Mhm.
Like you're raised to eat a certain way and you just do.
True
Yeah.
that. I'm raised to eat some Chinese right now.
I'm going to eat spaghetti.
You and your spaghetti.
She
You're
is
really on
I
a
I literally
spaghetti
addicted.
ordered
kick.
noodles from 7-Eleven so I could eat the rest of the sauce, and I
Oh
ordered
my God,
Chinese.
babe.
Their sauce is good. It's better than
I'm
Chinese.
so glad you like that. Like that. I am spaghettied out. It's
I
been like
told them
four
I can
days
eat the
straight.
same
I'm
thing for
spaghetti
like
out.
2 months, 3 months even. Look how many times I ate tacos. I
I
still didn't
know.
get tired of them. I just ran out of sour cream.
And I ate some for lunch, so yeah, I'm spaghettied out. It's official.
Oh, that was like your topper then. Maybe this is my
Yeah.
ending spaghetti. You know how there's that one bite
I'll
where you're
still
like,
make it for
okay,
you if you
tomorrow I'm
want
not
it.
eating spaghetti.
I'll still make you some if you want it, but I think I'm done
No, I'll be
spaghettied out.
spaghettied out after this one. It was only
Well,
Have
guys,
y'all
thank
ever tried
you.
that pasta that uh, what is it called? It's like
Noodle Roni.
it's it's kind of it's so it's not like a pasta. It's like a
Spit it
mm,
out, girl.
I don't even know. Like I ate it before and it's okay.
you mean
What's
like
it
a
look like?
It's just like
cauliflower?
no, it's like a clear pasta. Like it
Clear
has
pasta.
no calories or anything like that. Like most people that work out at the gym and stuff like that,
Mhm.
um, they most people that work out at the gym eat this kind of pasta if they are, or I guess depending on what kind of like workout they're doing. If it's like a weight loss kind of thing, like
Mhm.
they'll eat that kind of stuff. But if it's like to gain muscle and stuff, they'll eat something else. Um, but it's I'll have to look it up and like
Yeah, let
send
us
it
know
to
what that
y'all.
is.
It's like a clear kind of pasta. It's not like made out of um like normal pasta ingredients.
Is it like a is it veggie pasta or keto
Or
or
zucchini pasta, maybe.
It's kind of like a keto pasta, but it's oh shoot, I'll have to find it and like
I told
send
Yeah,
it
my
to
let us
sister
y'all.
one
know.
time I could make a car out of spaghetti and she didn't believe me. But you should have seen her face when I drove pasta.
JJ, your puns.
Janetta
Have
said
you
Walmart finally delivered my order. All right, Janetta, go Walmart. I
Yay.
got coffee delivered one time. Hey, everyone, Dolly Bush said. Hey,
Hey,
Dolly.
Dolly.
Hello, Dolly. I wanted to say it right.
Hello, Dolly.
Have y'all had
Janetta.
the
Oh,
the
Janetta said I made
chickpea?
shepherd pie with the Beyond Meat. You're kidding me.
What happened?
That is so cool. Janetta made shepherd pie with the Beyond Meat. Remember you been talking about that?
Wow, that
So
is
you made like,
awesome.
did you use almond or soy milk in your mashed potatoes too? Don't tell me. Don't tell me. I don't want to know.
Would you say, John?
Have y'all tried the chickpea pasta?
No, they have chickpea pasta.
Yeah, they do.
Wow,
Oh, I didn't know
you can
that.
do so much with chickpeas. I
You
love
really
them,
can, but you have to be careful on how you cook it because if you cook it too long, then it gets mushy. But if you cook it like right on point, it
dude.
really tastes like pasta.
I can't stand when they're overcooked.
Yeah, so you probably are an expert at like figuring out when they're cooked and stuff. So that could be like a no-brainer for you.
Wow. Yeah, we'll figure that out. Chickpea pasta, Jen. We gotta try that.
Yeah, it's
Definitely.
pretty good.
I'm actually gonna eat pasta for dinner because I got lo mein.
Lo mein. Did you get the veggie one?
I did, of course.
I don't like the meat one, honestly. The veggie one, it's either plain or the veggie that I only eat that the lo mein.
Veggie lo mein, baby. You didn't get egg rolls, did you?
No, I'm sorry.
Veggie egg rolls. That's probably good because I'm not really like starving, so I probably wouldn't be able to eat them anyway. That's a good healthy
I would have ate them
portion
for
of
you.
lo mein.
Now that I think about it,
It's a good healthy portion of lo mein that they give you, so I didn't need them. And they're all fried. I don't really need that. I don't need that get be sitting on my stomach.
she talked through it.
What did Janetta say? Uh,
What you say?
She said, "I didn't tell anyone anything. Don't look any different." I love it.
Right. That's what Ro was doing. Ro did that with her
And
husband and
Lisa
replaced
Newton
meat.
gave her husband veggie tacos with Beyond Meat, rather, and
Mm-hmm.
he didn't even know it. It's like
Beyond is the
you
shit, dude.
really like I'm telling you, once you season stuff up, like meat is the same way. Nothing meat doesn't taste good when it's just like blank. If you get
Right.
ground meat and cook it up and just put it in a taco, it's gonna taste like I don't know, like weird, like nothing
Mm-hmm.
or gamey. You have to have those spices. So like even if you have that like what we call fake meat, it's still if you do it right and you're a good cook, you can make that taste just like regular meat because meat doesn't have that different of a taste, I guess is what I'm saying. The way Beyond does it and adds like the little fat coconut particles or whatever they do in it, it makes it greasy, which is I think what a lot of people are missing with the burgers that are not real meat. It's kind of a texture thing. I think most of the stuff now that I think about it, the vegan stuff, it is a texture thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what most people's problem is.
I could see that.
I definitely can. Well, thank you everyone so much for coming. Thank you, Jen, for popping in here and giving all your opinions. And Braden, Soya, Emma. Soya? Did I just say
Low
soya? I
carb
was thinking
pasta.
soy milk.
Low carb pasta. We gotta
Sawyer.
try it.
Is that what it is?
Yeah,
I
she
posted
just
the
sent
link in
the link in the chat.
Miracle Noodle is that clear one I was talking about, and then the
Oh, okay.
Bonza is the chickpea one.
Garbanza bean. I see where they got it from.
Yeah, clever, clever.
Hmm.
Well, thank you all for coming and hanging out with us. We are gonna go chow down now and let everybody get on with their evening. Thank you so much, Dolly. Thank you so much, Janetta, Buddha 1000, miss you girl, Ro,
Ro,
Kim Turner,
Janetta, Dolly,
Jen coming up here hanging out on the panel with us. Anybody we
Jen in the
missed,
house.
I apologize,
We
but
missed
Tim
you guys have
Turner.
Jesse should have
an
been
amazing
here.
night.
KT in the house.
Huh?
Jesse should have been up in here.
I know, right? Jessie, I was just asking about her. So hopefully she'll be on tomorrow, our midday
Jess don't
stream.
like me anymore. It must be my breath or something. She don't hang out no more.
No, she still loves us. I think she's just going through some stuff.
Well, she's
Yeah,
got the flu with her family right now, so
I know. I feel bad, Everybody, well, she was bound to get it. Everybody was sick but her. And then, it probably got to her. So she'll be all right. She'll get through it. And then she'll be back here with us hanging out.
She
But
needs to take
you guys,
what is that? Elderberry.
yeah, she mentioned that. Didn't she mention elderberry the other day, Jen?
I thought so. Can you still
Yeah,
hear
she
me?
did. Yeah.
Okay, because there's something going on outside, and when something happens outside the window, it slows my internet.
Creepy.
Look,
It's her
now it's
imagination.
upsetting the kids. It is not. I can
Don't
tell my
listen to
little
her,
microphone
Sawyer.
thing is moving slower. Janetta, tell them. Kim, don't I cut out when cars go by?
That is her
Look, Sawyer knows.
imagination. All right, guys. Have a wonderful night.
Thank you all. Thank you for your support.
Have fun eating.
Yeah.
I'm going to cook my noodles, even though Dawn ate all the vegan butter.
I'm sorry. I'm sorry. Cue the outro.